All right, Squares, welcome to the world famous Square Club. And today I am on a secret mission, if you will. I'm on a secret adventure, excursion, side quest. I'm pivoting to start onto my dream week, or dream 2 weeks, actually. This moment I've been lining up for a good while, because today marks my tipping point, my pivoting point to this week that we've been working, or 2 weeks. I keep saying a week, but it's longer than that. 2 weeks that we've been working really hard for, putting in the hours, the graft. Because as you know already, and if you don't know, we're about to embark on a wild Universal Holidays, Florida holiday adventure. We're about to go to Universal Studios, ride ET, have all that good stuff, see some family, see some friends, and have a really cool Florida adventure. But it starts with this weekend here in the UK. So this weekend I'm going to a massive festival called Country to Country. It's a country music festival that hits Europe with massive acts coming to the stage, coming to the O2 in London, the O2 Arena. I still refer to it, still know it as the Millennium Dome. But we have some absolutely incredible musicians coming, and we've had the tickets for a while. So we're going to be doing that for the whole weekend. So we're going to be staying in London. And then, so we're doing that Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday, we're catching our flight to go to the US. So we've been building up to that. We've been building up to that. Now, it's not quite Friday. It's not quite the start of that adventure. But today, it kind of marks it. And I'm going to bring you along for the ride and show you everything that I can. But there's definitely a secret adventure excursion happening today. And I'm really excited about it. And I can't wait for you to see what I'm getting up to today. So as you can probably tell, I'm on the motorway. I'm heading somewhere south to do something super cool. So come on inside to the Square Club. Now, I can't start any road trip without stopping for a coffee. Piping hot, black, caffeinated coffee. Of course, tribute to Adam the Woo, the greatest vlogger to ever have done it. The reason that I'm inspired to do this channel in the first place. So every time I hit on a road trip, every time I get on the road, I have to stop at the first coffee shop I see. It's a ritual. It's something that I feel cool to do. How can I be energized to keep focused on the road without having a hot coffee? And this is my place to come, actually. I don't know if we've all got services or rest stops that we prefer to go to compared to others. But whenever I'm heading south, because I am heading towards London, I am on my way towards London, and maybe I'm close to going to the O2, where the big country festival is. Maybe I'm heading that way for something super, super cool. But whenever I am heading south, which I've headed south a lot. I use this motorway, the M1 to be exact, a lot. Not as much as I used to, but I do use it. I have used it a lot, and I've stopped at this services a lot, because I used to have a tattoo studio inside a hotel in London, in East London, in Aldgate, right by Shoreditch. It was super cool. I did that for about 3 years or so. And then I had like a regular setup in Islington, which I used to attend to right up until last year. And I don't do that as much as, well, I don't do that at all now. I did that for such a run. I was away from home a lot, and it was a lot of fun, and I loved it. It was a super rad experience. But I used to head this way down. I used to always drive. I'm not a massive fan of being on the train unless I have to, or unless I'm with Lydia, because she loves some transport. So I treat her for a day out on the train. It keeps her happy, unless it's crammed and it's packed, and then it's a different story altogether. But I prefer to drive. I feel like I'm already at home when I'm in my own car. I don't know if you feel the same with that, but I feel like I'm already partially home, or I'm already partially where I'm meant to be. If I'm in my own space, in the car with my own music, collecting my thoughts and vibing, because I like just to turn off for a bit, and driving helps me do that. So I used to stop at this one a lot, because this was the first one on the way down to London. But they've got this absolutely rad drive-through for a coffee spot. It's really kind of hard to see kind of how it works here and it operates. But there's just kind of like a little hut there. But you don't really have to stop off the motorway. You just slow right down, say your order into the drive-through machine, pick it up, and then you're straight back on the motorway. There's no kind of weaving around the car park trying to find your spot. This Costa drive-through is the one. So I used to hit this one a lot. But I had to relieve myself, so I went inside today, and I wanted to speak to you guys too, didn't I? So I went in, but really weird moment. I went into the Costa, got myself a small black Americano. I do prefer filter, just in case you're wondering. In case you bump into me and you want to buy me a coffee, I do prefer filter if they got it, but Costa don't. So they had, I asked for a small black Americano, and the two ladies behind the counter, I don't know what was going on or what I was talking about or something. I mean, sometimes I speak rubbish. I have this thing that I don't know what I say until I say it. My brain doesn't kick in. It just falls out of my mouth. But I was like, I had to order the coffee, and whilst I was waiting, the other lady came up and she was like, yeah, you all right? And I was just like, yeah, I'm just waiting on that one coffee you're making, and the one guy here is for that one coffee. And she laughed. And I was like, have you got a Greg's in here? Because as I said, I never normally come out. I just drive straight through this drive-through. I never really go inside. And I was like, you've got a Greg's? And Greg's, if you don't know, if you're not from the UK, Greg's is the best place to ever existed in the UK for fast, convenient, quick service food. We have a thing called the sausage roll, and it's sausage meat, and they do a vegan and vegetarian one wrapped in pastry. They do lots of pastries and crumbly, flaky goodness, and it's instant, and it's fast, it's affordable, it's cheap, and it is so British, all right? So anyway, I said to the lady, I was just like, yeah, you got a Greg's in here? And she was just like, sorry, what? And I was just like, do you have a Greg's inside here? And she went, sir, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. And I went, I want a sausage roll. And she was like, I've never heard of it. And I was like, a sausage roll? I'm at Watford Gap Services in the middle of England. Sausage roll. And she was like, no. I was just like, you know a Greg's. So the other lady comes over and she went, what are you looking for? I went, Greg's. And she went, the toilet. I went, Greg's? I was like, honestly, I think I'm losing my mind. And then another lady came over and she was just like, are you after Greg's? I was like, yeah. She went, well, we don't have that, do we? I was like, well, what am I saying wrong? Do I say Greg's weird? Do I say Greg's weird? It sounds like, I don't know, Greg's, sausage roll. I don't know. If I'm never going to have kids, but if I was to have a baby, their first word would be Greg's. London, Amelia. I always called it the city. I don't know if I'm the only one that calls it the city, because it's not like my closest city, but I guess London's so small. I'm always like, oh, I'm in the city, but I'm here. I can see all the skyscrapers, but of course I'm stuck in traffic. I had such a good run from when I last seen you, clear, no traffic at all. I was like, I'm gonna get right to my destination, and now I'm in the last mile. I thought I was gonna be so clear, but I'm in the last mile and I'm in standstill traffic. I think I'm gonna spend more of my time sitting here than I was on the motorway. It's wild, isn't it? It's wild that London can be like that. But 1 mile can take most of your journey. It's all about timing. Timing is key. But I had to be here at this certain time for my secret mission. I've honestly got the worst bladder known to man. I already stopped. I don't know what it is when you hit over 30, but I can't even go through the night without needing to go to the toilet. And now I'm about 11 minutes, but it keeps going up. I'm about 11 minutes away, but it feels like the longest 11 minutes. I'm so bad at making first impressions, because I feel like whenever I make a journey and I meet somebody, which is a hint, I'm meeting somebody, got a very important meeting, but whenever I meet somebody, my first impression is like, oh yeah, hold that thought, I've got to use the toilet, can I use your toilet? It's always people's first impression of me. I don't know what's happened, but now it feels like the longest 10 minutes of my life. So I've arrived. It's a few hours later. Some really cool Thames Rib Experience boats heading down the Thames behind me, and that's give you a hint of where I am at, where I've been travelling to in London specifically. To the view of this place. The O2 Arena is where I've been heading out to. It has been a few hours and I have done my secret mission. I have completed the task I set out to do, which I am super stoked because I had a rad time. So it's all to do with this place here. In a few days, this beautiful place is going to host the biggest country event in the UK. Maybe in history. It's a 3-day event called Country to Country, and it's a massive country music festival. It's huge. It's the biggest country, it's called Country to Country for a reason, right? It's the biggest country event. So I'm here overlooking the Thames, and I came to do something really, really cool a few days before. I'm going to attach the video now so you can see what I've been up to. And yes, of course, it's a tattoo, isn't it? It's a tattoo. I've been doing a tattoo, and that tattoo was on a really cool person, and I got to hang out this afternoon and spend some time with some really cool people. And I didn't do it on camera because it wasn't about that, but I want to bring you in on the ride and I want to fill you in. This afternoon I got to hang out with Zach Top and his beautiful partner Amelia, and they were lovely. They were so lovely. If you don't know Zach Top already, Zach Top's one of the biggest country artists in the States right now, hitting you with that 90s nostalgia vibes and hitting real true stories. One of the most talented men around, and I got to spend this afternoon with them, vibing, talking all things country, talking all things UK country. That's not for camera. I didn't film it. It wasn't anything to do with that. We're just hanging out and vibing. But I got to tattoo his partner Amelia, and we did. It's a super cool plane going right overhead. I think I'm not just above, the plane is just above me. I'm just next to London City Airport. They're taking off in that direction and going overhead. It must be a flight path from the runway, which is super cool. So I got to hang out with Amelia and Zach this afternoon, and we spoke about all cool things. I mean, for me, it was a big deal. I'm a big country music fan, so hanging out with Zach and chatting to him ahead of the show was super, super cool. And of course, I've got tickets to the show, and it was lovely. It's always lovely to make new friends, and I don't think it'll be the last time we're hanging out. It was super, super cool. And then, in a few days, we're going to see Zach and his band headline the O2 Arena in London. That is wild. The last time I was here, I wasn't actually inside the arena itself. It was on the outside, hanging 100 foot in the air off a crane. No floor, no nothing. And I know that's a crazy story, but there used to be like a publicity company that did food, and they were a restaurant or something like that. And anyway, for about 3 years, for publicity, they would have me tattooing a celebrity, someone off like Love Island or my friend Chris Hughes or anything like that. I feel like I'm name dropping City this time. They would have me tattoo a well-known person, a person that you may know, a famous person, hanging 100 foot, no floor, off the crane. Just us hanging, doing a tattoo 100 foot. And it was absolute blast. I didn't think I was scared of heights until I did that. But we did it for about 3 years, and it was a lot of fun. So that was the last time I was there. Everything that I come here for seems to be revolving around tattooing. Tattooing is a massive part of my life. It's not all my life. You were part of my life. You were seeing a lot of my life. A lot of transport happening today. There goes the Uber boat. I don't know if you can see it super clear there. The Uber boat, the Thames Clipper. Thames like 10 with an S for American viewers out there. Thames, not Thames. That was the last time I was there. Before that, it was the Millennium Dome. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember it's Millennium Dome. I used to come on school trips. It was like a big museum and science centre and event centre. I bought my first ever Pokemon cards in that beautiful place, in that really cool big tent. It's a tent, innit? That ain't a solid roof, that's a tent. And it's so wild to see waves crashing. Oh, that me. Lydia isn't here to control the camera. But you can see waves crashing against the O2 Arena. I don't imagine they'll be doing walking tours up the top of the O2 this time around, because there's a massive country event and the biggest country stars in the world are playing in that dome just there. It's a super weird area of London because you get to see all the skyscrapers and backdrops of the city. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but it's super industrial, and I feel like there's not much here other than where I guess people live. There's a lot of apartments, a lot of hotels, a lot of skyscrapers, a lot of businesses, a lot of banks. But it's not like the London I guess I'm used to. You can also see, I don't know if you can see there, the equivalent of the London Skyliner. The Disney's infected me so much I only know it as a Skyliner. What's it, like a chairlift kind of vibe? It's another like city transportation. Lydia's going to be in her element when she comes here, because we're definitely going to ride the Uber boat, which is like docked over in that direction. Check that out. So the next time we are here, we're going to be riding all of these transports. So Lydia will be in her element because she loves her some transport. I did used to have a studio in London. That's what I was talking about. I did used to have a studio in London. It was inside a hotel called Lock. And I ran that for about 3.5 years. It was a private studio inside a hotel. So I used to spend a lot of time in London, in East London to be more specific, Aldgate, just next to Shoreditch, right next to Brick Lane, with some of the best bagels you ever have in your life. Some of the best food you'll have in your life is down Shoreditch, down on Brick Lane. I recommend Brick Lane to a lot of people because I love it so much. It's so good. So that's where my studio used to be for about 3.5 years. I don't have it no more. I'm not a city London boy, I'm a country boy, outside Leicester, just inside Stoughton Grange, Oadby to be specific. My shop's called Lucky's. I run the best American vintage this side of the pond, and I create some of the best Americana fine line tattoos you'll see this side of the pond, and I create them all by hand. So that's the side I'm more familiar with, and a lot of the regular tourist stuff, you know, like towards Piccadilly Circus and Hyde Park and Harrods and all the architecture, the cathedral, St Paul's Cathedral, all that stuff. So this area I'm not really used to. It's crazy just to see how quiet it is. I've not seen or been in central London specifically. It's not that central really, is it? But I've not been in London and it be this quiet and peaceful. It feels like I'm at a quiet seaside. I definitely can see why people live here. I wouldn't necessarily live here, facing the peninsula. And how fitting have I just seen? Don't know why, but over here, I don't know if you can see, blowing in the wind. It's quite a distance away, but that flag blowing in the wind is an American flag. How disappointing. How disappointing. It's 5:30. I've been on the way home for a little while. Traffic has been hitting, as it normally does. From when I last left you, I ended up speaking to Zach some more. He was outside having a cigarette and we chatted some more. I had an absolute blast with them guys, by the way. They were super, super lovely. But I hopped in the car and it was instant London traffic. So I've just got straight on the road and tried just to make some miles count. And yeah, it's been non-stop. Like start, stop, start, stop. It's what you'd expect. It's been painful. A 2-hour journey has already been about 3. And I've got about an hour left to go home. And I've been skipping a few services, going like, I want to make some miles. I want to make sure I'm making some good tracks, some good journey time home. And I'm waiting for a Greggs. I fancied a Greggs this morning. I've not eaten all day. Just coffee's been keeping me going. They had a coffee shop next to the place that I was with Zach and Amelia. So I just got coffee. I avoided the pastries because I was just like, no, I don't want to eat pastries. I'm trying to watch my diet. I'm trying to look out for myself. I want to wait for a Greggs sausage roll. And I know that's not the healthiest thing, but I was holding out. And I was like, holding out because I really, really fancied it. So I was driving down the motorway, skipping services, waiting for the one that said Greggs. And I'm an hour away from the house. And behind me, the Greggs is closed for renovations. I don't know. It was under renovations. I still went inside all bright-eyed and optimistic, hoping there did be like a little Greggs counter inside, and there wasn't. So I had to coat with M&S. So I've had a vegetable samosa, which is alright. It's cold. I've got Pepsi Max. And I got these pistachio shortbread crunchy clouds. Lydia's had these before and I was picking it on loads. And I figured it's an easy like little sweet chaser on my journey home to kind of ram them in my face, keep the sugars going. I've been speaking to my mum on the phone. Speaking of my mum, I checked in with her, but last night I took her out for Mother's Day because I'm not going to be here on Mother's Day in the UK. I'm in London again, actually, right before I go out to the States. I'm trying to undo this bottle and hold things together and not spill it all over me. And who was tightened that? The Hulk. Bloody hell. Oh, God, I'm well going to spill it. I'm going to spill it. I can't multitask. So, give me a second. Give me a second. Right, cap's off. And the cap comes fully off in that. I ain't seen that in a while. I'm going to be in London on Mother's Day, the final day of country to country. And then we're flying straight off to the States the next day. I know, it's exciting. So I said to my mum, I was like, when you finish work, let's hang out. Let's do something for Mother's Day. Let me take you out on a night out. Let me treat you to whatever you want to do. And she was like, I want to go to Prezzo's, which is like an Italian chain restaurant. She really likes it. Is there anything else you want to do? You want to see a movie after? And she was like, I want to go bowling. Like straight away. So I want to go bowling. Now, I've never heard my mum say she wants to go bowling. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. I'm warning you, I'm good. I'm good. Lydia went through a phase of really liking bowling, so we used to go all the time. I'm scratching like a monkey there. That's how I scratched my armpit, got itchy armpit. I was like, Mum, I'm warning you, I am pretty good. For a brief time in my life, I spent a lot of time in a bowling alley. I know my way around a lane or two, then my way around some balls. And I had to shine them up good, roll them straight down them lanes and knock over them pins. And then my way. So I was like, Mum, I don't want to humiliate you on Mother's Day. That was our Mother's Day. And she gave it instant fight talk. She was like, no, I want to go because I'm well good. I'm going to destroy you. I was like, all right, Mum, fighting talk. Let's do it. I hate to see my mum cry, but if anyone's going to make her cry, it should be me. It should be me. So we had a lovely meal last night. And then we did go bowling next door at the bowling alley, which was a bargain, mate. Like 2 games, 2 drinks each. £20 total. 2 games, 2 drinks. That was a good deal, innit? The lady at reception hooked that up for us. That was lovely. And you don't have to wear special shoes no more. Isn't that nice? I wore cowboy boots bowling. Wild. Absolutely wild, that. I remember when you used to have them stinking shoes. And if that's the case, why does it still smell like feet? But we went, and both games, she whooped me. And like, is there such a thing as a sore winner? I'm a pretty good loser. I'm used to being a loser all my life. She annihilated me, and she pranced around, she danced, she was very happy. This was the best gift a son could give her mum. But my mum's unbelievably good. I said, like, you need to join some type of team or league. For Christmas, I'm going to get you a nice shiny ball. And I was like, how do I not know this skill, mum? And she was just like, oh yeah, I've always been good. I've always been really good. I was like, we used to go as kids all the time. And she was like, yeah, but I wasn't going to destroy you, was I? You were there for a lovely time. I'm going to make you look bad. I just wanted you to have a good time bowling. Just so I balanced the night out right, I took her to air hockey. And I whooped her. That one I am good at. My arm is still hurting today from moving the puckmeister. What's the puck is in the middle. What's the nipple? That you hold a big nipple, don't you? The puckmeister, I want to call it. But she had a lovely time, so I caught up with mum on the way home. Made sure she was all right. She was like, yeah, she's great. She had a lovely night. Recap that. She's like, I hope you get home safe. Also, when you're back off your trip, back off your holidays, my toilet seat needs fixing. Make sure you come do that. And I've got a leaky tap, so add that to the list. I checked in with Lydia, and she's baking a banana bread. Oh man, I crave a banana. I can't. Maybe it's lockdown was the last time I had a banana bread. I love banana bread. I don't even like bananas that much, but a warm banana bread. Are you kidding me? And just to go on top of the cheat night, because I'm normally the main chef in the house. I normally do all the cooking. I cannot be bothered now. This is a long day as it is. I've had a blast. I've had a rad day, but it's already a long day. So I said, oh, do you just want chips tonight? Do you want a chippy tea? You want fish and chips? I can get them on way home. And she was like, yes, yes. We love fish and chips. Everyone loves fish and chips. And taking me out off. It's a long, long day. I'm a tired boy after today. I'm going to drink this Pepsi. I'm going to eat my pistachio clouds. I'm going to hit the road. I've got 1 hour to go. Then I've got chips. And then I've got banana bread. Guy almost walked straight into my car. He's in a high vis. How can he not? Well, I'm not in a high vis. My car's not in a... He's in a high vis. So I could see him. He couldn't see me. I'm in a black car. So I've just arrived home. That journey, it took so long. What's it, like 8 p.m. now, Lyd? Yeah, it's crazy. It's been a long one. It's been a super long one, but I'm happy to be home to you. Yeah, love you very much. She's got a freshly baking banana bread knocking about in there, and I can smell it. It smells delightful. The warm banana and bread and chocolate chips smell lovely. Chocolate chips, yeah, they are chips. And I've got chips here. I've got my pita chips, salad, the whole works. There was a queue outside the door of the chippy. Oh, what a night. It's been an absolute blast. I've had some really cool feedback from Amelia and Zach, which was really, really nice. Some nice messages. And I'm home. I'm finally home, back to my family. It was really, really cool, Lyd. I had an absolute blast. I did fill her in a little bit on the journey as we went. I'll hear more about it. But yeah, it's been super cool. They were super charming, super lovely, super hospitable. We did a really, really cool tattoo, which you guys have seen. You've seen it. I'll show you. Reaction on camera. Right, let me dig it out of the archives. And dig it out. Let me show you. Right, hold on. My phone's full of rubbish. Right, here we are. I'll show you. It's a picture and a swipe for a video. Let's get an on-screen reaction. That's me in the corner.
I love it. I love that you've used like the grey tones in there rather than it being like really harsh.
She loved it.
Nice. It looks really, really cool.
It was Amelia's first ever tattoo.
Oh wow.
And she was super, super nervous. She was cool about it, but she was super, super nervous. She let me know that was her first one. I've been tattooing 15 years. I've got a lot of experience with people's first tattoo. But she loved it. It was a breeze. She was like, oh my God, I can't feel it. And we just talked country music. We talked UK stuff. We talked USA stuff. We talked a bit of American football, a bit of sport, a bit of Bass Pro. Nice. We spoke about all the good stuff you would want to talk about with a person who's headlining and the partner of a person who's headlining the O2 for Country to Country. She runs an amazing travel company where she puts on the most amazing adventures. And you know me, I am down for an adventure. Now, you are keeping me. You're keeping me from these chips and this lovely wife, banana bread. So it's going to do it for today, all right? I am closing the doors on the Square Club for another time. If you want to make sure you don't miss out and you want to be a member of the Square Club, make sure you are subscribing. That's the only way you are a member of the Square Club and you do not miss out on what goes on inside this club. I will see you on the inside.